Hi everyone. I hope you're all well. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm popping on here a little bit early, just to do a very quick live because I've got a bit of a headache. And it's Sunday and I kind of want to actually just chill and probably go to bed really early and hope this headache goes away. So I'm just going to do a very quick live today, covering common concerns from parents that arise during the fourth trimester. Now, this happened, all of these things, everything I'm about to list happened to me, happened to us. So, I really do speak from experience, and it's the same as what I heard from many of my mum friends as well. Now, the first thing, really, I suppose, to say is that one of the problems or one of the reasons why new parents have these concerns is that the expectation that new parents have or pregnant parents have about their newborns is just so far from the reality. I don't know what it is. After you've given birth, you kind of start realizing that you are not alone. There are so many parents out there experiencing the same as you. But somehow, before you've had your baby, you don't, that kind of information just doesn't really filter down somehow. And you don't, yeah, you just have these you kind of often have these very unrealistic expectations of a baby. And we can feel very unprepared for life as parents. I know we get these kind of jokey cards that say, "Oh, where's the manual?" When the baby's born, or or people often say, "Oh, you'll never know sleeplessness like it," or whatever. And of course, it's true. I actually don't believe that thing about they don't come with a manual. They do come with a manual. It's mother's instinct, but there's so much noise out there that we easily can't hear our own instinct. But yeah, so I find that we can often come into parenthood, especially as first time parents, feeling very unprepared because we have these really high expectations of babies. We assume that babies will sleep through the night fairly quickly. We don't, we assume that we'll just know what to do when they're crying or whatever. Antenatal classes barely cover most of this stuff. The amount of times I've heard someone say, "Oh, my antenatal class was just totally useless now that I've gone through parenthood." And again, I say this is down to expectation versus the actual reality. So it kind of goes back to sleep often. So one of the real major worries or concerns parents have is, "I can't put my baby down to sleep. He won't be put down. It might fall asleep really easy in my arms. As soon as I try and put him down in his cot or his Moses basket, he just wakes up." And if you listen to my live yesterday, I talked a lot about why that might actually be. Was it yesterday? Maybe it was the day before, actually. Which was talking about why your baby might actually find it very hard to sleep alone. So go back and watch over that if you want to understand a little bit more about that. But if you did watch that, you'll understand why your newborn might not want to be put down to sleep. Similarly, another common concern is, "My baby hates the pram," and this is really, our baby was like this, really did not like his pram. I mean, we didn't really push it. So sometimes I wonder maybe if we had tried a bit harder. But we used slings. We loved our slings. We loved having him so close to us. And he clearly did. We still find that we sling him most of the time. Most of his naps are still done in the sling at the moment. And again, if you watch my video from yesterday and the day before, you'll understand why it is that baby feels most comfortable and safest in the sling. And similarly, my baby will only sleep on me, on my chest. And this is one of the hardest things, actually, to be honest, because you can't sleep if you're sleeping on your chest. It's not safe. You probably know the safe sleep guidelines, which is put your baby down on a firm mattress on his back. So sleeping on your chest, there's none of that. So that's a really common concern. So your baby will happily fall asleep lying on your chest. And then as soon as you try and put him or her down in his cot or Moses basket, he will wake up and probably scream. Now, I was lucky. My baby only actually did this for 2 nights running. And that was because he was quite stuffed up. And when he was lying flat, he just couldn't breathe. And in fact, So that really happened in the fourth trimester only for 2 nights running, and then it happened again, I think last month, when he had a cold and just couldn't sleep lying flat. Um, and I think one of the reasons why we never really had that much of a problem is because we bed share and he's sleeping next to me all the time. He doesn't kind of get to that point where he feels lonely. So again, if you're interested in learning a bit more about bed sharing, my video yesterday, it was definitely yesterday, I went into quite a lot of detail about bed sharing. Again, if you want to bed share, if you just want to learn a bit more about it, make sure that you're doing it safely. So follow the Lullaby Trust guidelines on safe bed sharing. Another common concern is my baby's feeding a lot. He's fussing at the breast. I don't think he's getting enough. Shall I top up with formula? Now, I'm not a breastfeeding specialist. I'm not a lactation consultant, but I do know a little bit about the physiology of breast milk and breast milk production. And when baby is feeding lots and lots, cluster feeding, really fussing, so feeding a little bit, crying, feeding a little bit, crying, and you think, oh, he's not getting enough. How do I know he's getting enough? This is his way of saying, of telling your body to up its supply, of telling your body that it's time to make enough milk, to make sure that he's getting enough. And this is really important in the first 6 weeks of breastfeeding, if that's what you choose to do. It's really important to allow your baby to breastfeed on demand and get whatever he needs from it, take as much time as he needs over it, because it takes that amount of time to for your body to understand how much breast milk to be producing. Yeah, so I know this is a very short live compared to some of the others. I do have a raging headache, so I'm finding it a bit difficult to focus. So I think I'm going to head back to the sofa, have a little bit of a veg out, drink some water, because I think it's just because I haven't really drunk enough water today. And just take it easy. But in terms of kind of covering those common concerns that I mentioned just now and what you can do about it, if you've been following these videos, you're already halfway there, because you're learning about the fourth trimester and what it is and why your baby behaves in certain ways. If you spend some time learning about breastfeeding and the physiology of it and understanding how it works and why your baby might be behaving in certain ways when it comes to breastfeeding, and also if you learn a little bit about baby sleep and learn something about what to expect, and essentially really lower your expectations when it comes to baby sleep, and hopefully, you know, if all goes well, you might be pleasantly surprised because your expectations are so low. But, you know, learn about the fourth trimester, learn about breastfeeding, and learn about baby sleep and the reality of it. Then you are going to get a long way towards finding the fourth trimester not something to be concerned about or to be worried about, and just be able to embrace it, honor it, allow it to happen, and come out of it, emerge out of it a really confident new mum. So I hope that was helpful. Sorry it was a bit shorter than normal. Sorry I'm not quite on the ball as much as normal, but hopefully I'll be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock again, hopefully feeling a lot better. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking about actually why the fourth trimester is such a fragile time for new mums, and again, why I believe it's so important to honour it. So I hope you can join me tomorrow, 9 o'clock again, for the 5th in my 7-day series on the fourth trimester and maternal mental health. See you then. Bye-bye.